Okay, welcome to the first ever Swiss Diamond Lunch and Learn. Forgive us if our connection fails halfway through or a bunch of times. This is a test. We've never done this before, but we are excited to come to you live from Facebook. Today we're going to be doing some grilled steak and grilled sweet potato. We're going to top that steak with caramelized onions, and we'll wrap it up with a watermelon Rita. We'll cut a watermelon up, stir up the insides, put some alcohol in it. It's super good on a hot sunny day. We're coming out of Charlotte, North Carolina. It's about 100 degrees outside today. It has been really hot lately, which is why we're doing this inside, because it would be fun to do outside, but it's way too hot to stand by anything with heat. Well then, maybe I will just cook, and then you can tell me if I'm not good. Oh, we have 2 followers. Nice. Or viewers. So today, again, we're going to cook sweet potatoes, grill some sweet potatoes in our Swiss Diamond grill pan. Right after that, we're going to throw some steaks on the grill. This whole process probably take about 10 to 15 minutes. Probably not even that long. If we planned it right, we'll be in and out of here in 7 or so minutes. Again, it's our first Facebook Live event, so we'll see how it goes. Coming to you from Charlotte again, Swiss Diamond. I'm RJ. I'm the e-commerce director here. I have a chef background, but haven't done it in a long time, so hopefully we don't mess this up. If you see anything, any questions, you have any questions for us, go ahead and put it in the comments down there. We have some people in the background that are checking those, and they'll reply, or they can let me know what they are, and I can hopefully answer any questions you may have about Swiss Diamond or cooking or how the day is going, pretty much anything. Again, this is our first time ever going live, so we're sure to have something mess up here or there. And once again, the connection, we're unsure of how good it's going to be. Hopefully it stays with us the whole time. So right now we're just grilling the sweet potato. What I did before now was I put the sweet potato in some hot water, not boiling, just let it soak for 5 to 10 minutes. It just softens it up after I peeled it. It also keeps it from browning. You'll find most potatoes will brown, sweet potatoes not as much as white potatoes, but they will brown. So it just keeps them from browning, and as I said, softens them up just a little bit. Makes them a little bit easier to throw on the grill and still be able to get something palatable out of them. I found with sweet potatoes, you don't really have to season them before you cook them. I just throw them on the grill, they'll caramelize themselves with all the sugar, a little salt, a little pepper, and put it on the plate and you're done. I'm going to season the steak with a homemade, I know it looks like it came in a jar, but we didn't have another jar, but it's a homemade steak seasoning. It's salt, pepper, red pepper flakes, a little cumin. Pretty sure that's all I put in there this time. Cumin is my go-to. I know a lot of people are afraid to use it. A lot of people think it'll make your food taste too Mexican foody. It really doesn't, even though it's a key staple in a lot of fast food Mexican places. The key to steak is letting it get to room temperature or close before you throw it on the grill. That helps to loosen up the proteins. It helps for it to be able to take up any seasoning you put on it. Really just salt and pepper is a fantastic seasoning for steak. You don't really have to go any farther than that to create a great steak. What you want to do is, if you want to get a good char on it, so you want to turn the Swiss Diamond pan onto about a 7 or 8 out of 10. Let it get hot, throw the steak on there. I know we say not to put a Swiss Diamond pan on high, and I stand by that. It just takes a little bit longer to warm up, but it'll get there. And you'll get that nice sear that everybody's looking for in their steak. I'm going to go ahead and season the steak. I put extra on there because you'll see when I flip it over, it will fall off. I don't like to pat or beat into my steaks. A lot of people will sit there and beat into it. I don't see a reason for it. What you need to stay on there will. As you see when I flip it over, a lot falls off. That's why I put extra on there. You just throw away the extra. If you're doing it at home and you have a pre-meat and a post-meat seasoning, you can put that in the post-meat and use it next time. Salt and pepper, while they do cost a little bit, it's not going to break you to have a little bit go away. And again, pushing it into the steak to me just kind of ruins it'll ruin the steak. It'll flatten it out. It won't cook evenly. If there's anybody out there that has any questions, let me know. Or again, let my team know. We're standing by to answer any questions. We are going to have a Facebook Live special for you guys, so stay tuned. We'll have one of our top selling products on just a bit of a sale for about an hour to an hour and a half after we're not live anymore. Again, we're testing this. If we see we need to adjust that or whatever, we will. If you guys have any suggestions for us as far as what we're doing wrong, because everybody likes to tell us everybody else what they're doing wrong, please let us know and we'll take it into account for next time. I think our plan is to go live every week around this time. We're going to play around with it. For now, we're going to stick around. We're going to stick on Thursdays around 2 Eastern. As we see what our viewers need, we'll switch it up. Facebook told us that Wednesday or Thursday around lunch was the best time, so that's where we're going to start and go with. You can see our set is pretty awesome. We just picked all this up today, or yesterday, I guess. We just want to do something a little bit fun for our Facebook followers, and again, hopefully cooking lunch, and you guys can get to learn a little bit about the product, and a little bit what we do, and a little bit about how to cook something each week. So hopefully it's fun, a little bit of fun for everybody. So again, this is a Swiss Diamond low-sided grill pan. It's got diamond crystals. It's inherited non-stick. It's carries a lifetime warranty. The grill pan is fantastic for any time you want to cook meat or fish or potatoes, or really anything you would grill outside and it's too wet or too hot or too cold, or you don't have a grill or whatever the case is. It works fantastic. My favorite part is how easy it is to clean. You can really just wipe it with a damp cloth. I do recommend you wash these. I have some friends that don't wash it. That's a little dirty to me, but you know, all the stickiness or whatever will just kind of rinse off with soap and water and a sponge or a wet rag or whatever. So these potatoes they may not look cooked, but they are actually pretty cooked through. The char didn't get on them because I didn't have this heated up as high as I was hoping before we started, but they'll still taste fantastic. So we're going to pull those off here in a second, let it warm back up, and then we'll throw our steaks on. And you'll be able to see how Swiss Diamond pan will brown, kind of like a stainless, but it's a non-stick, so it'll clean right up, and it'll be super clean. Kayla, can you get me a wet rag with a little bit of soap or something on it? Thank you. We trying to keep things clean again. It being our first time here, we maybe weren't as prepared as we were hoping. Again, the seasoning mix I'm using is salt, pepper, a couple red pepper flakes, some cumin. That's about it. That's about all I put in. I use sea salt. A lot of people use kosher salt. I like sea salt. There's really not a huge difference in it. So whichever one you like more. People will say that sea salt has a much more robust flavor. I'm not using enough salt to make things salty. So that may or may not be, the truth. As you can see, these are getting pliable already. That's kind of where you want them to serve them. They're probably just a little bit tough. They'll continue to cook when we take them off screen. We'll throw them in the hot box. So they'll be pretty much ready to go. The social media expert is getting me a rag so that I can clean off this pan and clean off my workspace and kind of get going. These are pre-made caramelized onions. We're going to warm them back up once the steaks are done. The reason why we didn't do them live is because they take quite a long time. Caramelized onions, the key is low and slow. One onion probably take you 15 minutes or so. You just want to slowly cook them until they start to release their sugars, and then that sugar will caramelize. You can cheat it and use a little bit of brown sugar. That'll help the caramelization process. And that'll just, they'll taste the same. You won't really oversweeten them, but that will speed them up a little bit. They are a lot higher in sugar at that point and not as healthy as they could be. Just set these off screen. Okay, put those over there in the hot box. And perfect, in a dry one. Perfect. So you can see, let me turn this on. can see it's just kind of browned and a little bit caramelized from the potatoes. We're just going to take a wet soapy sponge. Literally just wipe it. I guess I should do this towards the camera so you can see everything. But literally just wipe it. Boom. No soap, nothing on that. Well, a little bit of soap on the sponge, I guess. I'm sorry. But no water or anything. Again, same meal. And we're going potatoes to meat, so that's okay. I wouldn't go meat. Don't go chicken to anything else, obviously, or fish or anything that can get you poisoning from salmonella or any other fun stuff. So we're going to let this heat back up. Get the pan kind of as hot as it'll go for a good sear on the steaks here. That'll take just about a minute. Again, welcome to Swiss Diamond's first Lunch and Learn. We're going to try to do this weekly around the same time. We will definitely put out a Facebook post an hour to 2 hours before. Once we kind of get ourselves together and understand what we're doing, we'll start an email list as well, so you guys can jump on the email list. Barring we don't have any major mess ups, we'll post these on our Facebook page, so you can go back and watch them, share them with your friends. Criticize me at that point, that's fine. You don't have to do it when I'm live. That way I can't get back at you. Again, let us know if there's anything you'd like to see in the future. We have 2 or 3 chefs on staff, so if there's a recipe that you've been dying to make and are either scared of it or messed it up or whatever that is, let us know what it is. We'll figure it out and we'll try to make it as easy as possible for you to be able to make. Again, everything here is going to be limited to 10 to 15 minutes, so if you give us a recipe that's a 4-hour recipe, we're going to cheat off a camera and do the easy parts or whatever we can. Not live because, well, we can't sit up live for 2-3 hours at a time. Unfortunately, our staff's not big enough to do so. So we're just taking these steaks. You saw me turn them in seasoning. Salt, pepper, little red pepper flakes, some cumin. That's it. Oh, a little bit of garlic. I don't think I said that before. Put them on our hot Swiss Diamond grill pan. I'm using an induction burner. Any burner works. We just have this on medium-high, just high enough that it gets the pan hot so it'll sear the steaks. And, in a perfect world, you would have this cranked up to, call it an 8 out of 10. You really don't want to go much higher than that with any nonstick cookware. You run the risk of using an empty pan over hot heat like that. You run the risk of starting to bubble or decompose any nonstick properties that this possibly could have. Swiss Diamond, it does not have any toxic whatever in the coating, so it's fine to use it. If you do overheat it, it's okay. We do recommend, obviously, if you bubble the coating or anything like that, call our warranty team. We'll get you taken care of. We do have a lifetime warranty on all of our Swiss Diamond coated cookware. Also, our Swiss Diamond stainless steel cookware carries a lifetime warranty as well. You guys should definitely stay tuned, not only today, but in general with Swiss Diamond. We have 5 or 6 more lines coming out in the near future. We are going to be launching a knife set. Okay, we are going to be launching a knife set. That hopefully is here by the end of August. Our timing isn't, we're not 100% sure on it. We'll figure it out. Stay tuned, join up for our email list, our newsletter, and you'll hear all about that. So, yeah. So, we again, if you're just joining us, we are... What?
How much is the building?
That's good. We're doing sirloins today. Obviously any steak with this recipe will work. It was my job this morning on the way to work to grab something, so I was able to get whatever the grocery store, which was open, had on the way. So obviously, I always believe in the better cut of meat you buy, the better it's going to be. What you want to look for is a good red color. If it starts to brown or gray on you, you definitely, that's sat in the store way too long, or it's sat in your refrigerator way too long. Sometimes you can cut off the gray or the brown on the top and you get down to another nice red layer. That's the case if you buy it. For instance, you buy a steak on Saturday, you try to cook it the next Friday, it's been in your fridge for a week. Cut off the brown part, cut off the gray part, you're probably okay. If you cut into it and it's brown all the way through, I would throw that piece of meat away and try again. I know we like saving money and not wasting it. If you have dogs, that'd be a fantastic piece of meat to do raw food for your dogs. I don't know enough about that to speak to it. I know we feed my dogs raw food, but I buy it. I don't make it. Again, today we're going to do grilled steak. I've got grilled sweet potatoes, which you guys have missed, but they'll come back up in the plating. Caramelized onions I did earlier to try to save time because those take quite a bit of time. We also have a sweet treat coming up later. It's more of a drink. It's going to be a watermelon Rita. I'm going to show you how to take a watermelon, put a immersion blender into it, and come out with a fantastic poolside beverage. So stick around for that. That'll be probably 10 minutes or so, maybe 5, as soon as the steak gets done cooking. I was actually under the impression that this cooktop would get a little hotter than it is, but we'll get there. Again, that's part of learning the first time that you've ever been live. It's sorry for any awkward pauses. Again, we've got a crew behind the camera that you guys can't see. They're all trying to talk to me at one time. So they're all trying to talk to me at one time. So I'm trying to continue to do this and talk to them and make sure that everything goes decently. Yeah, so again, it's a Swiss Diamond grill pan. It's the low-sided grill pan. They're on the website right now for $149.95. If you are interested in that, jump on the website, buy it up. If you have any questions that you don't want to ask us now or don't want to ask Facebook, you can also email customer service at swissgourmetusa.com, or just jump onto swissdiamond.com and see everything that we have to offer, everything that's coming up. And go ahead and join the newsletter, because that's where you're going to get all the benefits of being a member of our newsletter. You'll get weekly recipes, you get specials. We do weekly deals. We have a flash sale coming up this Friday that is our most popular fry pan, so you may want to look for that. Last month we did, I forget what we did, but we do all kinds of specials. We have a blog that's growing and has great information on that. So, not only about Swiss Diamond, not only about cooking, but, food and living in general. We recently hired an entire blog team kind of putting that together. Excuse me. So you can see on the side, and I didn't keep it on quite long enough, but you can see on the side here that the Swiss Diamond pan it chars up the steak just like a grill would, or any good grill pan. I know a lot of people are worried about a non-stick grill pan as opposed to a stainless one or a cast iron one. Our cookware, it browns like stainless. It heats up and holds heat like cast iron. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. You can put it in the oven up to 500 degrees. Any pan that comes with a lid, the lid can go in as well. Almost every pan you can buy a lid for. We have the lid for this pan. It does not ship with it. That lid it ships with a couple of other square pans, but we definitely have it if that's something you're interested in. Grill pans you probably don't want if you're going to use it as a grill, because you don't always want the circulation of all the moisture, but we definitely have that if that's something you're interested in. We have our stainless line. We have another line we call Swiss Titan. It is a different coating on the same base and a different handle as well, a little bit less ergonomic. It's a little bit more economical, however. The coating is rated to last equally as long. It's only allowed to be in the oven up to 450 as opposed to 500. Instead of the diamond particles, it uses titanium particles and Swiss Titan. But yeah, so I mean that's another good line as well. We don't have near the range in that, same as the stainless. We have 2 more lines coming. Well, 3 more lines, I guess, eventually by the end of the year. But 2 more lines coming. A stainless that will be coated with our HD coating, as well as another stainless set. Those will be 5-ply. They will kind of be the top of the line out there in cookware for stainless. And then, as I mentioned before, we have our knives coming. It's a full 8-piece set, 8-piece and 8 block, I believe, with a sharpener. I don't have a block here to confirm that. I'm pretty sure it's going to be an 8-piece set. And we'll sell them individually as well. We are available not only at SwissDiamond.com and pretty much every online kitchen retailer, but at 600 or 700 gourmet stores across the country, as well as the larger kitchen stores, Bed Bath & Beyond, Crate and Barrel, Williams Sonoma, a bunch of stores like that. If you have a gourmet store that is near you and they don't carry us, please tell them to carry us and tell them to give us a call, and we'll make sure that they get set up. Hey guys, can you push this camera forward like that much? It's just right on the corner of that desk. I'm afraid it'll break. That's perfect if that's enough. Cool. If you guys have any questions, again, type them in below, or once this is posted, go ahead and type them in the comment section below, and we will get to you as soon as possible. Our social media team here works way too often, so they will be around to answer any comments. Somewhere I have some plates. Here's one. So you can see that the steak is just about done. We like it rare, and they're pretty thin, so they're pretty done here. We're going to take the steak off, let it kind of rest for a minute. Again, kind of show you how the Swiss diamond coating works. So I know they're not the prettiest plates. We'll update, I promise. So you can see it's got a bunch of not burnt on, but cooked on seasonings and meat particles and whatever else. Oh, we have a phone in here. This is not how I recommend washing it. I definitely recommend you use actual soap and water, but this rag just has some water on it, a little bit of soap, and I'm just rubbing just a little bit. It's not going to come perfectly clean, but it is going to come quite clean. We're going to heat back up our onions and our potatoes. We'll plate this, and then we'll move on to the fun part of the show, which is where we're going to have dessert. Okay, here I had, like I mentioned before, some caramelized onions. They were pre-caramelized because caramelized onions take a long time, and I don't like to cheat with the sugar. But if you like to cheat, or if you want to take a little bit less time, one full onion and a teaspoon of brown sugar, light or dark, doesn't matter, and it'll speed up the caramelization process in the onions there. I'm just going to put these back on for a little bit more. Sorry, we have a phone in this room, which I guess I was aware of, but I didn't think about. So we'll need to next time we will take that out or turn it on silent or whatever. So just warm this back up so we can plate it. I have people in the office that have been coming by telling me they're starving, so they're going to get to eat this since I already ate lunch. Excuse me. Again, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, leave it below. If we're still live, I'll try to answer it. If not, our social media team will get you the correct answer. This grill pan again is $149.95 on the website, SwissDiamond.com, or any retail store near you that sells fine cookware should have